Hello, hello, hello. Hi. I was actually going to do this differently. I'm going to start like this. What am I doing? Okay, so you might be wondering why I am in this getup. I was online this morning, and this is going to be Songcatching number 6. And that's 2 in one day, and I might even do one more because I happen to get up too early this morning, and so I have time. So I am going to hopefully bless you with maybe 3 segments today of my Songcatching series. Now this Songcatching, I'm RahelMusic, by the way, and this Songcatching series is all about, hi Daniel. Wow, awesome, we got somebody from Facebook, yay! I'm going to play today some country music, and I've been inspired by the SPOONS lady, who I put up on Facebook, because she's quite a character, worth listening to, getting to know. I'll put a link to her webpage on this, and hi! And so I'm going to do a little bit of country music, but today it's going to be about children's country music. Maybe later I'll add one of my own country tunes. Yeah, maybe I should do that. I don't know. I haven't figured this out yet. Yay! Don't make me laugh. I told you you missed your calling. So I'm gonna actually do this to a recording, but I'm not sure if I can put the recording on while I'm recording on Facebook, so live. So I hope that I can, and I won't lose Facebook while I'm doing that. So just in case, I'm going to start playing this song live. Now this is a song that was written in, I don't know, maybe 1991, 92, 93, something like that. The lyrics were written by my good friend Betsy Rosenberg. Hi Betsy, I hope you're watching. And I put together the music, but basically we call this a joint collaboration of music for children, songs that tickle the imagination. This is the CD. You can see it. It's called Kit and Caboodle. Available, of course, by clicking on RahelMusic.com, RAHEL music.com. Got that sign there? See that sign? And download, then that'll bring you to Bandcamp. And from Bandcamp, you can click on any one of my albums, but this is the one you would be looking for if you want this song and more really great songs for children and children who are like us, adults with great imaginations. So this song is the #1 track. It's called OOEY GOOEY. So I won't delay much longer. I'll just try and play it. I actually haven't practiced it. I come on here and I just do things spontaneously. I hope you don't mind. This is my Songcatching series. Songcatching is a phrase, Songcatcher, that I have taken a liking to from a poet, Native American Indian poet, named Arlie Nahatsi. Okay, but anyway, his link will be in the box. Every time I do this, I have not gotten his name right. I hope one day he will contact me and tell me how to pronounce his name. But he has a song there called Songcatching. Songcatcher, I mean a poem. Songcatcher means that there are out in the universe, there are already songs for us to have, to get a hold of. We just need to catch them. And when we catch them, we need to bring them through us out to the world and give them back to our 3D world, our physical world. So this is a series about songwriting, songcatching, a musical life. My personal life experiences over 6 decades so far, and just living where the music brings you, how the music affects you, what happens musically to a musical life. So those of you who are musicians, I'm sure you understand. Those of you who are not and love music, you're music lovers, you know how it affects you. So give me your opinions, your views, your feedback, whatever. I hope whatever I have to share enlightens your life a little bit. So this song is called OOEY GOOEY. We wrote it for children, but again, for people with good childlike imaginations. Doesn't even have to be childlike, just use your imagination. So it goes, I won't play it as fast as it was, and let's see if I can see it. Well, you take a pail of mud, a medium snail, add a little gravel and a lizard tail. Let's make a double layer OOEY GOOEY chewy cake. Let's make a double layer OOEY GOOEY chewy cake. Now you pour out the batter and sprinkle it with sand. Whisk in the acorns and stir it with your hand. Let's make a double layer OOEY GOOEY chewy cake. Let's make a double layer OOEY GOOEY chewy cake. And while we're waiting, we can count to 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if it's still not ready, we can count again. Let's do it again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's make a double layer OOEY GOOEY chewy cake. Where's that? So please come over, 'cause I just can't wait. Oh, please, please, please come over. I just can't wait until you try a little double layer OOEY GOOEY chewy cake. Come on and try a little double layer OOEY GOOEY chewy cake. Why don't you try a little double layer OOEY GOOEY chewy cake? Yeah. Delicious. Crunchy too. Don't break your teeth. Ah. Delicious. Woohoo! So, that is OOEY GOOEY. That's country music for kids. And before I get into the next part of this segment, this is segment number 6. Let's look at the words that my good friend Betsy Rosenberg wrote. Now, Betsy Rosenberg is a wonderful poet and lyricist, so I'll also add a link to her website, her information in the box. So I always like to give credit where credit is due, and so everybody gets the credit. Hi, how you doing? So the words to this song are, you take, and I will tell you a story before I say the words. When I was a child, we lived in suburbia, and to entertain ourselves, there wasn't, electronics, all this electronic stuff. We would go outside and play in nature. And one of the things that was out in nature were a lot of ants, ant hills, and lots of ants, small ants, big ants, huge ants. And we would go into the kitchen, and we would take whatever we saw there, go into the cabinets, the shelves, and pull out whatever food was there, whatever we happened to lay our hands on, and put it all together, mix it all up like this song, and make a concoction. And okay, this is a little cruelty to insects, I admit, but those were the days, those were back in the 60s, okay? So, we weren't PC correct and all of that stuff. And we took this concoction that we made and put it in a jar, and then we would go to the ant hills and pour our concoction into the ant holes, and then watch all the ants come running out to escape the flood and the horror situation that we had done for them. So that was one of the things that we did. Of course, young children like to make mud pies and all sorts of fun stuff. If you're outside, you like to make sand castles and play in the dirt. So song is back in the day. Those are the fun kind. That's the way we had fun. So the lyrics go like this. You take a pail of mud, a medium snail, add a little gravel, and a lizard tail. And in this way, we are going to make our ooey gooey chewy cake. Let's make a ooey gooey chewy cake. Now you pour out the batter, sprinkle it with sand, whisk in the acorns, and stir it with your hand. Let's make an ooey gooey chewy cake. Let's make an ooey gooey chewy cake, a double layer ooey gooey chewy cake, sorry. And while we're waiting, we can count to 10. Everybody can count to 10 in whatever language you want. And if it's still not ready, we can count again. In this case, I counted backwards, but in the song, which is on this CD, we actually didn't count. But that's okay. Let's make a double layer ooey gooey chewy cake. So please come over, 'cause I just can't wait. Please come over, 'cause I just can't wait to try a little double layer ooey gooey chewy cake. Why don't you try a little double layer ooey gooey chewy cake? Come on and try a little double layer ooey gooey chewy cake. Those are the words. Now I just played that on the guitar, and now I'm going to try and play it on the with a playback from the actual track from this CD, Kit and Caboodle, which is, again, it's track number 1. By the way, this CD is not only fun, hello, because of the songs that are on it, but also because of the artwork, which was actually made by then 10-year-old Abe. I don't know what's his last name. Abe. Futterman. Eric Futterman. He did the illustrations, and inside, if you open it up, I should open this up and show you a little bit of it. I'll show you what the inside cover looks like. I don't think I have actually any more of these CDs. They've got all sold out, and these days people aren't buying CDs, so we didn't make any more. But you can download the whole thing, and there is a website for Kit and Caboodle, which I'll put in the box and the links down below. And you can see the artwork that the kids did. The CD actually looks like this. It's so cool. It has their great artwork on it. And inside the lyrics, come on out. The lyrics are inside the cover, you can see, and the artwork there is by Eric Futterman when he was 10 at the time, and we loved his artwork that we just included it on this CD for the cover. You can take a closer look. Can you take a closer look? So, and all the artwork is on the website, so you can see the other drawings and illustrations that the kids, we worked with a lot of kids then, and they drew some beautiful things. We made the whole album into a play, and they created it, and I hope to do it here in Seoul also. The artists on this were, of course, Betsy and myself. Betsy also plays the flute and sings on this album. I played the guitar and sang. Rahel did bass, keyboards, lead guitar, and did the production. Yona Yakubovich from the Tofa'a band played the percussion. Lynn Lewis, great banjo player, country singer, guitarist in Israel on Kibbutz Tsora. And I played the banjo, mandolin, and the dobro. So we've got some really good selection of instruments on this CD. David Perkins played assorted wind instruments, really cool stuff. And Barry Nishkowi played the fiddle, and we all sang. So the artwork again by the kids. So this is a really fine album to download for yourself if you like kid stuff. And even if you don't like kid stuff, it's really fine. It's got some fine music on it. If you have children or grandchildren, I highly recommend it. The songs are in English if you want them to learn some English in a fun way. This is the CD that you want. So I'm going to now switch off of the guitar for a minute. And the reason is because, as I said in the beginning, I was inspired by the Spoons lady. When I lived in Israel, well, actually, part of my history, when I was 19, 20, and 21, I lived in Boston. And I worked as a taxi driver. Yes, indeed, I was a taxi driver, and I loved being a taxi driver. Yes, it was dangerous. Yes, I was a stupid teenager. But yes, I was mugged once. Yes, I was in trouble. Occasionally, people ran off without paying. There were all sorts of stories. I was even stupid enough to run after 5 young hooligans who didn't pay. Stupidly thought, wow, what do you think I was? Superwoman. I could have done something to get the fare. It's amazing. You also grow a sixth sense, you know who's good, who's bad. Lots of taxi driver stories, but I won't get into that. So I was living in Boston. The nice part about that job was that I could come and go as I pleased. There were no set hours. The set hours were whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted to work. Night or day, as long as I would go to the garage and there was a taxi available, then I could work. So every summer, that's why I got to travel. That was 1973 until 1976. Those were, ripe hippie days. Everybody was hitchhiking at the time, around the world, thumbing at the time. There were also known routes, magic bus, all sorts of things in Europe and around America. People knew where to go. And so the nice part about that job was every summer I got to travel. I would take the whole entire summer off for $400 for the summer. I would live nicely with a friend of mine and see the world. So every time I came back, there was always a job waiting for me. So it was a wonderful job. I would not do it today. It's very dangerous. But back then, young people think they're immortal, right? So I thought I was immortal. And I took that job. Anyway, that's a story that veers off of the subject. During that time, when I lived in Boston, I lived also in Allston, a neighborhood in Boston, and I lived in Back Bay, near the Prudential Center, near the Berklee School of Music, near I can't remember, near the Symphony Hall, Boston Symphony Hall, and it was quite an exciting time to live in Boston, I guess. And my friend and I, hi Shelley, this is thanks to you, we would go to, there's a large Irish population in Boston, and they go to the pubs, and they bring their instruments with them and song, and we learned a lot of Irish music. We also learned how to play the spoons. These are simple wooden spoons that I painted. These are wooden salad spoons, and I painted them to look a little folky, give them a little personality, and we learned how to play the spoons. So I will give you a quick spoons lesson. You take some spoons, it doesn't matter, they can be regular spoons, plastic spoons, metal spoons, whatever kind, but I found that these with the longer, whatever you call that, stem, I don't know, longer handle, seem to work a little bit better for me. I put the two spoons between my first finger. As you can see, I'm holding them like this. Can you see how everybody can see that? I've got a good grip on it between my first finger and my thumb, and the rest of my fingers. And the bottom spoon, I keep very taut. I keep it tight. It does not move. It's the top spoon that moves, and you have to let it be a little loose. So how do you get the sound? The sound comes from the wrist movement. Yeah, get your spoons and try it. Go ahead and try it while I'm teaching. So the sound, first of all, you need to have some good wrist movement, right? Very, it's not funny. This is serious. This is a serious instrument. I'm not kidding. In Israel, where I lived for 22 years, I participated almost the whole entire, I think 1 year I missed it, 21 years in the Jacob's Ladder Folk Festival, now called the Jacob's Ladder International Folk Festival. Started out in a kibbutz, a monthly folk club, and it grew and grew and grew until today it's an international folk festival. And I was the spoons lady. I gave spoons playing workshops. I would play spoons I played it with bluegrass bands, believe it or not, in Israel, country and bluegrass bands, folk duos and trios, and every year would go and perform and also give spoons playing workshops. So this is a serious instrument. Usually, maybe, I don't know the history, if it was started in the Appalachian mountain areas, I'm not sure. But anyway, it definitely in Ireland. We learned it from the Irish people who lived in Boston and played at the pubs. So, again, hold the lower spoon tight and let the top spoon bounce, and that gives you the sound. The wrist movement, you have to obviously play it off of something. In this case, I'm playing off my knee. And if you hold your other hand above, you can simply get a rhythm like this. You can do some cute little tricks. You know. Right? Now, there's another rhythm that you must know about. It's use your other hand, left or right, whichever you choose, and you need to hold it very taut, very tight, and a little bit rounded, so that the spoons are going to be sweep over the fingers and give you this kind of rattling sound. Right? You can get that same sound by hitting up, and then, how can you see that? And letting it come down. It works better when you're quicker. It's very, very funny. There's somebody here on Instagram, very, very funny. It is funny. It's really, but it's an actual real instrument. Okay? So, it's not working for me. There we go. Sounds like giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. The horse sound, right? So, you take a pail of mud, a medium snail, add a little gravel and a lizard tail. Let's make a double layer ooey gooey chewy cake. Let's make a double layer ooey gooey chewy cake. I'm getting lost there. So what I'm going to do right now is play the actual track. I hope that I can do that, and you'll be able to hear it, and I'm going to play the spoons to it, and you'll see how it really works. I can say, what is that? Cameo? What does that say? Okay, I'll look at it later. All right, I'm going to pull up the recording, and I hope we're not going to lose... oops, that's the wrong thing. Here it is. I didn't lose you, did I? No. Okay. All right, let's pull up the recording, and I'll do a little karaoke with this actual recording. Can you hear it? Very fast. Oh yeah, that is the spoons lesson for today. And if you stick around, I make one segment at a time, so I'm probably going to play one more, give you one more segment today. Actually, I will play one more song on this particular segment. And so again, that was track number 1 from OOEY GOOEY, from Kit and Caboodle, a wonderful CD for children and adults alike. Songs that tickle the imagination, found on RahelMusic.com, RahelMusic.com. You can go to the website, I'll put the links in there. I'm going to play you one more song, as long as we're in the country mood. Now I lost my my tablet. My tablet has everything in it. This is my tablet. And it's got like about 1,000 songs in it. And many of my own, and many songs that people like to hear. So, you know, when I go out busking, and I go out busking quite often. And by the way, please tip the buskers. I go out here in Sinchon, and they're all students, and nobody gives us a tip. They like to take your picture, they like to give you a thumbs up, but they don't give you any tips. We got to make a living somehow. So please tip the musicians, tip the buskers. So I'm going to play you one more song that I wrote, and this one's called I Am the One. Maybe I'll play you a couple of, no, I think I'll play you, okay. I'll play you one, I Am the One. I Am the One was written in 1985, wow, 1985. And come up here, and let's turn that up. 1985, and I was clearly very immersed in the music scene during those years in Israel, as I said, and there is a very good music scene in Israel. And what's going on here? Hi, Bruce Brill, if you're saying hi to me on the message, but right now I'm recording, so I can't talk to you. So go on to the live section. What can I say? So Bruce Brill, by the way, Bruce Brill is a fabulous musician. He is the one that actually caused me to come out of my music closet. Hi. And when I went to Israel in 1976, I found out that there was a very exciting music community. We were the Anglo folk community, and Bruce Brill was emceeing a folk club, a weekly folk club at the Tzavta Folk Club in the Tzavta Theater in Jerusalem. And we would go there every week, and I just went and watched, and then they found out that I could play the banjo. Ha ha ha. They thought I could play the banjo. So it was Bruce Brill that said, get up on the stage. And I did. I dared to get up on the stage. I knew about 10 songs on the banjo. I spent most of the set tuning it. But the outcome of that wonderful, brave, courageous move of Bruce Brill to bring me up on the stage was that I became part of the wonderful Anglo folk music scene in Israel and watched it grow and was part of the growth. In 1976 was very small, and today it's very huge. And today the children of the Anglos, the English speakers from any English-speaking country who loved country and bluegrass and old-timey music and Irish music, today we've all had our children, and they grew up with this music in Israel and became musicians themselves. So you've got some really fine country and bluegrass musicians who are actually Israeli-born and Israeli musicians who really have it in their soul. So it's one thing to be able to mimic a certain style, but it's another thing to actually live that style inside. And these musicians, actually having grown up with it, they are living it, and they play beautifully. If you get to Israel, go find out about the folk clubs and the Jacob's Ladder Folk Festival, and definitely take part in that scene. And if you're a musician, you will love it. You will love it in Israel anyway, if you go there as a musician and as anything. So one more song I'm going to play before I end this segment. This segment's a little longer than the others. This song is called I Am the One. There's a joke about, country music is always a tragedy. It's like a drama. Something terrible is always happening. People get shot. Women get bullied. A woman, I don't know, you lose, your car breaks down, your dog dies, your horse dies, whatever. There's some terrible things that are always happening in country music. Your lover, you lose your lover to some tragic thing, or they just leave you. And the joke is, if you play a country song backwards, everything turns out all right. So, anyway, I got tired of singing songs that were sort of degrading towards women. And I wrote this song, I Am the One, which is kind of a woman standing up for herself. And I'll play it, and then I will talk about it a little bit, and I will end again on this song. So, I Am the One. Let's I am the one that you had waited for. I am the one that you had wanted to care for. I am the one that you had hoped to love forever. I am the one who's left you standing on your own. The day we met, you said you loved me so. I told you no, it's just plain infatuation. But you held me close enough that I nearly stopped from breathing. Then I caught my breath and said, let's sit and drink a few. Now it's too long playing hearts and trying for a win. And it's too long just wondering, how did it all begin? Take a hold of yourself now. It never is too late to change your mind and start again. Where do we go when love has gone away? Do we just turn around and face a new direction? have another drink or two. Now it's too long playing hearts and trying for a win, and it's too long just wondering how did it all begin. Take a hold of yourself now, it never is too late to change your mind and start again. Where do we go when love has gone away? Do we just turn around and face a new direction? Just hold your breath and wait until you find what you've been looking for. Sorry. Just take your time and have another drink or two. Just take your time and have another drink or two. Yeah. So, you get a bonus. Well, you got a bonus. 2 songs and spoons lesson in this segment here, segment number 6 of Songcatching with Rahel. So, this one, I am the one that you had waited for. Your true love, your one and only first love at first sight. I am the one that you wanted to care for. I am the one that you hoped to love forever. I am the one who's left you standing on your own. Now, ain't that the way? That's how it works with men. You know, they come, they love you, they want to take care of you. Oh, they love you so deeply, and then, bye-bye. The day we met, you said you loved me so. I told you no, it's just plain infatuation. But you held me close enough, I nearly stopped from breathing. Then I caught my breath and said, hey, let's sit and drink a few. So it's too long playing hearts, trying for a win. Every time I think of that, when I was in high school, I used to play the game, the card game Hearts. I love that game, Hearts. But this is about playing with your heart. Heartbreak, heart, loving heart, you know. It's too long just wondering how did it all begin. Take a hold of yourself, it's never too late to change your mind and start again. So if it doesn't work out, that's okay. Just go for it with somebody else, you know, or just love yourself. These days it's about self-love. Love yourself, you know. Just give yourself some love. It's not the end of the world. So where do we go when love has gone away? Do we just turn around and face a new direction? Don't hold your breath and wait until you find what you've been looking for. Just take your time and have another drink or two. Don't rush in life. You know, I've learned to slow things down, take my time. I love to just sort of take things in, integrate life, just try and understand things. Take life slow. What's the big hurry? Everybody's in a big hurry. What are you in a big hurry for? Working for the man? Working for somebody else? Where are you in the big picture of life? Where are you? So slow down. Slow it down a little bit. Enjoy life. I always say, don't postpone joy. In 2010, during a trip to Israel to visit my family, my daughter found a bumper sticker. I was a bumper sticker addict. And she gave me the slogan she gave me a bumper sticker that said, don't postpone joy. And I thought about that very deeply, and I thought, this is my new motto for life. Don't postpone joy. Slow life down, man, and enjoy life. Enjoy all the moments you get. Life is short. It goes by, you know, there's a little saying, the years pass by, they're gone. Life goes by, it's very short. So make the most of it. It takes a long time to get there. People think when they're young they need to earn money, they need to have enough money to have a house and a picket fence and have a job, a stable job, and before they can even get married and have kids, and then they need to have kids, get married, have kids, make a family. Yes, making a family is uber important, super important. But you can make a family without first having all things, your ducks in order. I mean, it helps. It certainly makes life easier. But more important than all of that is what happens is a lot of people, they work so hard and then they make a family and they have no time for their family. So slow it down. Find out what's really important. What's really important is enjoying life, enjoying your family, enjoying each other, enjoying yourself. So that's my lecture for today. So I'm going to end this segment. It got to be kind of long because I added 2 songs and a spoons playing workshop. I hope you'll enjoy playing the spoons. You can do it with this. It's a little slower than others, but you can play the spoons to just about anything. Go to my website, please, RahelMusic.com, RahelMusic.com. Go to the download section. Click on download. You can even donate. There's a PayPal link if you want to just give a donation to help the arts and give the gift of music. Give the gift of music by downloading today Kit and Caboodle for yourself, your grandchildren, anybody who wants to learn English, or just enjoy a bunch of really fine, good lyrics by Betsy Rosenberg and great musicians on that album. Unbelievably super talented people. Thank you all for participating in that album. I really, really was blessed with the musicians that exist in Israel. Amazing. So I'm going to go out with this song. Hi, you just joined. I'm ending actually this segment, and I probably will do one more segment. I think I've got time. Yeah, I've still got time before my apartment curfew time. So I will go into a new segment where there was another song that I really did want to do today. So one song at a time, but today there were 2. OOEY GOOEY. OOEY GOOEY from Kit and Caboodle. And I Am the One, which I don't believe is recorded, so this is the only place you might be able to hear it. And I'll sing that. I'll sing them both. I'll sing that one again. No. I will sing OOEY GOOEY again. If I can find it. Where is it? Kids. Yeah. My tablet is so full of songs. Wonderful songs. And where was that? Well, okay, now I lost it. OOEY GOOEY. You know, I should know these things, right? Should know them by heart. Countries on kids. Kids, maybe it's here. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so I'm going to play OOEY GOOEY again. If you've got your spoons and you enjoyed that spoons lesson, here's your chance to play it. I'll slow it down, and you can practice your spoons. Here we go. Have a great day, evening, night, midnight, afternoon, whatever it is in your country. Well, you take a bit of mud, a medium snail, add a little gravel and a lizard tail. Let's make a double layer OOEY GOOEY chewy cake. Let's make a double layer OOEY GOOEY chewy cake. Now you pour out the batter and sprinkle it with sand. Whisk in the acorns and stir it with your hand. Let's make a double layer OOEY GOOEY chewy cake. Let's make a double layer OOEY GOOEY chewy cake. And while we're waiting, you can count to 10, and if it's still not ready, you can count again. Let's make a double layer OOEY GOOEY chewy cake. So please come over, 'cause I just can't wait. Please, please come over, just can't wait until you try a little double layer ooey gooey chewy cake. Come on and try a little double layer ooey gooey chewy cake. Why don't you try a little double layer ooey gooey chewy cake? Yeah, so good, delicious. Yum, yummy in the tummy. Ah, crunchy too. You like crunchy? It's crunchy too. Woo! Très bon. Bon appetit. Mashoyo. Mogo mashoyo. And I will leave you on that for this segment number 6 of my song catching series. My spoons would like to say bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye, spoons. Bye-bye. Get your spoons. And they want to say a little bye-bye. Bye-bye. Take care, everybody. We'll see you in the next segment. Yeah. End this live video. Bye.